Salvador, my first question is regarding your social media. I think that when you speak about investments there especially, you get most of the attention. Why do you think that is?
It's always interesting for me to see how much people really like the videos when I'm posting about a house that I'm fixing up or that I'm flipping, and people seem to gravitate towards that. I think it's a big sexy topic. Most of my friends that are in real estate and in mortgage, 'cause in my social media, they're always going to gravitate towards investment because that I think is a goal of a lot of my friends. They see it on HGTV. They see their other friends doing it, and I think that's what attracts them to it. So it makes sense that when I post about that, people pay attention.
Okay, so my next question is what inspired you to begin investing in real estate?
It's always interesting because I don't know that it was ever on purpose, but my parents, my dad in particular, always grew up investing. He started very young. He bought land in Mexico. Then eventually he bought some land in Tijuana. At some point, he sold the land in Tijuana. It's what helped him buy his semi-truck, which helped him start a business and got him out of working the fields that he had worked in the past. So, I always saw it. And later on, as I got older, it always kind of left an imprint in my mind. It made me want to do that. So when I became a realtor, I always gravitated towards investors. So that's and then once I saw them do it, it inspired me to go, well, if these, not to be cocky, but sometimes I felt like if these mensos could do it, I think I could do it too.
That's great. Can you share with us some of your long-term investment strategies?
So, for me, it's actually kind of simple. I tend to follow this formula for the past, I don't know, 3 years now, 4 years now, where I like to flip 2 houses and keep one. Usually what I do is I'll take the profits from my business plus, some of the flip profits, and I keep 1 property after I flip 2. So I'll take the profits from flip 1, flip 2, and then buy the 3rd property. Or else the numbers don't really make sense in California to do it any other way, because it's just too hard to make, people talk about the BRRRR strategy and different investment strategies, but the reality of it is, unless you dump some money into it, it's not going to cash flow. So that's what I do.
Okay, perfect. Okay, can you tell me about some different exit strategies for those that want to keep a great investment?
So it's always interesting because my whole purpose of wanting to do the flip 2 and keep the 3rd one is because at first I thought I was just gonna flip and make a lot of money flipping, but eventually I started realizing, dang, I don't want to get rid of these. One day I'm gonna regret it. I'm gonna look back and go, hey, I don't have any money. So when you talk about exit strategies, let's say somebody buys it with hard money or cash, and this includes me. I'll use an exit strategy of, if I want to keep it, I might do just a regular conventional loan, refinance, whatever I owe plus whatever money I want out with a cash out refinance, so that I can get some of my money back out. You could do usually, comes from my background in lending. You could do up to 80%. Really, 75% is where the sweet spot is of the value of the property. The beautiful thing about it is you can do 75% of the new value, not the purchase price. So that's one exit strategy. One other one that I've helped several investors use is called DSCR. So if you have, like, for example, a real estate agent who hasn't really been reporting very much in income, they can use a DSCR loan, which is basically a cash flow loan, and you can take out money using that. One other way is, you could do a bank statement loan if you're not reporting a lot. But the reality is those two, either your conventional loans or your DSCR loans, are going to be the best way to keep some of those properties. And it's also an exit strategy. If for some reason your property doesn't sell as fast as you'd like it, you can convert it that way.
Thank you for sharing your strategies with us. That's really great knowledge there. My last question is for the people out there that want to start investing in real estate. What do you recommend for them, for beginners?
Well, when I started, I actually I chased the hardest projects, and I realized that was a big mistake because it takes so long to get your money back. It takes so much work, so much money to fix these properties up. Obviously, yes, you could make more money, but it just took so long. And I started looking back on it now is I'd rather do 3 small projects really fast than one really big project. And so for me, what I tell in beginners, investment beginners, is I would start with grandma's house that maybe was loved. It's just out of date. It's very clean, very, very, good bones. I like to say, where the house is maybe not that old, but it just needs a little bit of updating. Maybe it has shag carpet. Maybe it still has, wood paneling on the walls. That's a house that just cosmetically needs to be taken care of. Looking for the house that's been burned down, looking for, that property that just maybe built in the 1900s, like early 1900s, that needs a ton of work. Yeah, the numbers are going to look the best, but they bring the most risk, the most possible problems. And I've made that mistake when I first started, and I would hate for somebody that's brand new to want to jump into that unless they have some kind of construction background.
Okay, thank you so much for answering all these questions.
No problem.
Awesome, thank you.